So today I have a new guest. His name is Schadi Mouhandes. He's actually, I think, my second or third German guest because so many Germans don't accept or don't want to accept my invitation because it's completely in English. Before we continue, maybe you could introduce yourself in English.
In English, okay. So first of all, dear Germans, please learn English. So my name is Schadi Mouhandes, as you also pronounced in very perfect Arabic pronunciation. It's the first time I hear it in like perfect. So thank you for that. So Schadi Mouhandes, I'm 36 and I'm working in the IT sector, but my projects or what I also do is social media and especially in the topic of natural remedies, herbal medicine, nutrition, prophetic medicine or Islamic medicine, as some people also call it. Uh, yeah, and that's what I do, and that's how I got a small uh, social media base now, and yeah, alhamdulillah, it's running quite good, and inshallah, I'm helping some people with the content, and yeah, that's me.
Perfect. I only ask the questions. There are 11 questions, and two adding questions are directly to your service.
Mhm.
So the questions are basically the same to everybody. The first question is, how was your childhood?
My childhood, it was financially, for example, very good, or let's not say very good, normal, good, normal. I'm thankful for that. My father was a doctor, like he died 2 years ago, and he was a doctor, so we didn't had any financial issues. He was a typical Arabic doctor dad, so when it comes to education, he invested a lot. When it came to, oh, dad, can I have the new Nike shoes or whatever? Then it was like, no, a book is better. So that's how I was raised, focusing on education, focusing on school, on university, and so on. Um, yeah, I was raised in a small northern German village near Lüneburg. It's near Hamburg, very like in the north. And back then, it's already 30 years ago, we were the only brown people around, or maybe 50 kilometers away. There was no other migrants there, so we were like very exotic in that area, and that also resulted into um, weird things happened in school, like racism and stuff. Some people mm, maybe saw migrants the first time in their life, so they sometimes came and made like this and said, "Oh, you're dirty," for example. So in school, it was not good. At school, I had no friends. I was alone, um, and I was also very bad at school. Of course, like I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to learn, so my grades were not good. And I just remember because my father was afraid that I make the school, that I like try to get the high school degree. And every time we went back to Syria for vacation, like originally my mother are from Syria. Every time we went back, they bought some presents. For example, in Syria, we have some cool mosaic wood boxes where you can put in some things, coins or whatever, and they look very expensive. Back then in Syria, it's like 2 euros, some 5 euros, very cheap thing. But here, when you present it to someone, it looks very expensive. So every teacher got a present for my father of the whole school every year, and he hoped that that this is enough that they let me into the next class next year. So it was a bit of bribery, maybe, but yeah, I made it, and so childhood at home it was okay, but at school it was not very yeah, not the best.
How's your relationship with the parents?
With my parents, with my father, very, very, very good. He is my role model. He was always there for me. I was raised um, like my parents divorced when I was 4 or 5.
Mhm.
So we then my father, my older brother, and me, we moved to a new city, and it was a hard time, also for me as a child. So, and also for my father, but he was always there. Like I remember his pain. I remember his struggles to work and to be us, to be for us, and to help us at school, and to be like,
Mm.
it's hard. So uh, I he is for me my, like, for many people it's the mother. The mother is on top, and for me it's my father. So with my mother, I didn't I didn't had any contact with my mother quite a long time after they divorced. Maybe for 30 years we didn't had any contact. A couple of years ago, I we found each other on Instagram, and I didn't know where she is. I didn't know what was her name, like her last name, and I just found it step by step. Um, and yeah, so we found each other on Instagram, and we wrote a bit, and now we have some contact. We met also. So it's okay with my mother and with my father. Allah yarhamu, may he rest in peace. He died 2 years ago. He was my like great role model and my hero. So yeah, so I cannot say it's good or bad. It was like now a long answer. I hope it gives you a small insight. Yeah.
Okay. How's your relationship with money?
Oh. Um, in our Syrian culture, money is an important thing. I think it's because I'm from north of Syria. It's called the city where I'm from is called Aleppo or Halab.
Mm.
It's in the north. A lot of Arabs, Kurds live there, and it's on the Silk Road. So a lot of trades. The people are used to trading and to be loud and to have different spices in food and being influenced by many cultures of India and of China and so on. So they are a people of traders, and that's how I was raised also to become successful. That was very important for my father, and so I he gave me the base to yeah, to work on myself and to know how to work with money. And there's an Arabic saying he was always telling me since I was 6, every year on Bayram, on Eid, on like after Ramadan, we have like a big feast which is called Eid. Um, he was telling me, keep your white money for black days. White money is the money which you got by how should I say it? Which you earned legally, which you earned halal, and leave it for the black days, for the bad days when you don't have money. So um, yeah, and I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to invest money. That's also like this trading mindset. I don't have. I have a good relationship with money. I like to have money to not really to spend it on myself. I don't need anything. I'm yeah, I don't need the next big car or whatever. Um, I like to see people smiling, and that's why I like to have more and more and more money to see more people smile. So yeah, I have a good relationship with money. So that's the the result.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you afraid of?
The funny answer is cockroaches. Cockroaches in, especially in our countries, we have cockroaches which can fly. They are dangerous. The cockroaches here, I never saw a cockroach in this in Europe. Like it's, I don't know, where are they? In our countries, we have cockroaches, such like a bird, and they can fly, and it's very like scary. On a on a more deep level, what I'm afraid of, uh, on staying alone, being alone. Being alone is something which is not in the nature of a human, as in my opinion. We are also like animals, like any other creature. We like to be in a group. We like to be in a society, talking, sharing, laughing, crying, and so on. So that's my big fear, of someday ending up alone. Um, in I don't know. My mother always told me, when I was young, because um, sorry, my stepmother. I had a stepmother also. She was always telling me, even when I was young, because I liked to read books, and she always told me, "You look like you will end alone in a library. Like your home will look like a library with full of books, and you will end there sitting there and just reading." It was She said it a bit like as a joke, but it's now a bit of fear. Yeah.
Could this anxiety be connected or, yeah, connected to your biological mother?
This fear.
This anxiety to be alone, yeah.
Yes, of
I know
course.
it's a human
Yeah.
nature to be in society and in communities, but just that your mom, biological mom, left you as a child, could this be connected to your anxiety?
Yes, of course. The first the first woman in my life left me. So as I was 4 or 5, and I saw things which a kid should not see. Um, so of course it's very related with this, and that's also why I said, okay, I need to get connected to her, to know her side of the story, to understand her side of the story, because it's important. I only heard one side, and I
Mm,
only saw also saw my point of view, which is I was 4 or 5, so it's also you don't remember every detail, and
true.
yeah, I understood her decisions back then, and she understood my uh, yeah, my wounds. She understood that she hurt me back then, and yeah, so we found peace, and we usually have some contact here and there, and talk a bit, and she looks at my also she follows me on Instagram, and she always tells me like, "Oh, your videos are so great, and I like them, and I learned so much about the natural treatments and so on." So we have slowly a better relationship. Um, but if you, yeah, as you see, like it's a very emotional topic. So I can talk for hours for this. I had years of psychotherapy for this to, um, yeah, to yeah, think about all of this, and to know how to process all these different thoughts and triggers, and it's a lot.
Mm. If you were not afraid of anything, what would you do?
Oh, I, I would really quit everything, my flat, my job. I would go somewhere where there's beach, where there's sun, and I would start a business there, even if it's a small business, um, like selling coconuts, something like this, even that. Um, but there's the fear that I will miss something else because uh, I was raised to get educated, to have a career, to make money. So I was raised like that, and to leave all of this and, for example, to sell coconuts on the beach of Bali, I would love to do it, but it's a big step if you was raised like this and from your like your role model, your father was always telling, dude, like this is the right path. So it's hard, but if I would not be afraid of anything, I would do this, yes, and just listen to the waves and relax and see smiling people, make people smile, and yeah.
Okay. So I will go to the two questions about your service that you
Mhm.
offer online. Um, so it's a question I wrote is what are some simple and versatile ingredients that can be used in a variety of healthy recipes, especially for people with busy lifestyles? For example, as me, I'm very
Mhm.
busy. Like, what ingredients can I use?
For healthy lifestyle, the easiest thing is to change refined flour with whole grain. Easiest. Just instead of the white bread, use whole grain bread. It has more fiber, it has more protein, it has more other vitamins and so on. So it's an easy fix. And yes, of course, the taste is a bit different. That's true. Um, so but that's my number one thing. And especially here in Germany and in Austria and so on, the bread is really good, and you have like very good dark, rich bread with a lot of omega 3 and so on. Um, that's one thing. Um, if you would ask me what else, then trying to eat more eggs. It has a lot of nutrition, a lot of amino acids, which are good. Greek yogurt, chickpeas, quinoa, and so on.
Mm.
I would start with the food. I'm not a fan of directly saying, "Oh, take vitamin D and take this and take that." The food is a more easy fix, and the impact of it is much more greater. Like it's immense. We cannot imagine. We're still not capable of knowing all of the if you just change if you just remove sugar and refined flour and put whole grain and use some honey and some dates and so on, all the changes which what happens in the body in the different parts and different organs. I think we are still not knowing what is the impact of this. It's a great impact. So that would be uh, my recommendation. And as a busy person, okay, you said you're as a busy person, then nuts and seeds, also very quick in like just snacking. So and also, okay, not related to food right now, but what I did was back then I bought during this Corona time, I bought a treadmill and I bought a table which you can lift up. And so I
Mhm.
was working and walking. So it's not related to food or more related to walking, but also it was a nice quick fix to do something for my health.
Okay. I will jump to the next question.
Mhm.
Is what trends have you noticed in the healthy eating or recipe space? And how do you see those influencing the food industry in the future? Which is quite interesting, and I would really love to hear your answer about this.
Yeah. There are a lot of trends. I think this trend of vegan and so on is quite like it's already old. Let's talk about the future. What I see already in the supermarket quite a lot is water. Is like functional foods, functional food, water with something, water with magnesium, extra magnesium, yogurt with extra, uh, I don't know, calcium or whatever. Like they put extra stuff into the food so that you feel better. And also reducing the sugar on the one side. And so they're trying to, from one part of processed food, which was the fatty food, the burgers, fast food, and so on, changing to the other side of processed food.
That's true.
But we think it's very healthy because it's extra magnesium, and they reduced sugar and reduced this and that, but they added something else we don't know. So it's a huge trend which is coming, which is
Mm,
still the low sugar and no sugar industry, and protein is of course is already big and will become bigger, but that functional food is becoming slowly bigger. And yeah, that's I'm not a fan of this. um, um, I don't want to see I don't want to drink added water or um, eat bread with extra magnesium, protein, natrium, calcium, whatever. Let's stay more near to the nature, less processed. It's a direction which I don't like. It's the other extreme, like I said, from one process to another process, and people think it will be better. It will become better. And when you have this, that now the next chain, uh, now when you see this, um, the next logical chain is then the personalized nutrition. So I would say, okay, um, we check your body blood values, and we see, okay, he needs some vitamin D, he needs this and that, and we create for him, mm, I don't know, canned chickpeas with extra whatever you just need.
mm.
So that's the next step. And it's all a trend which I see very critically. And um, just stay nature. Just stay nature.
There is a question I didn't write. What do you think about Coca-Cola Zero?
Whew. Um, of course, it has like there are some studies which are related to cancer and so on,
Hmm.
or to this might be cancer to be correct here. Um, I'm also not a fan of this, to be honest. It's how can how can something have 0 calories? First of all, what is the
It's zero
definition of
sugar.
calories?
There's written like Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Zero
So
sugar.
yeah, zero sugar. I think zero sugar exists. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Yes,
People
but
do buy this, yeah.
yes, people do buy this. But the question is like, what is the value of this for your
Mm,
body? Of course, if you like to drink it, that's
mm,
one part. Good. If you want to drink it, sometimes it's fine.
yeah.
I think your body can manage that. But I have colleagues which drink every day. I see them
Yes.
on the video cam, on the webcam,
Hmm.
2 liters
Yeah.
in the morning at 9 o'clock.
Yes, I do. I even the clinic, there's then a colleague who drinks like 2 liters Coca-Cola every day. It's an addiction.
It's an addiction, exactly.
Mm.
Um, so that's for me a red line. That's for me like the line. Okay, you should know that this will result to something very bad. That's my like opinion. Um, But if you are addicted to Coca-Cola and you're diabetic and you have problems with your sugar, then please change to zero. So
Mm-hmm.
at least you are away from this and you have that. So it could benefit some people. Um, but if you would tell me, if you would ask me if I would drink it regularly, mm, no. But I can understand that it makes a bit addictive, the taste. We are Many of us were raised by this taste. Every meal had a big bottle of Coca-Cola, and back then we had the Coca-Cola with a lot of sugar inside and so on. So we drank a lot of this. So I can understand that some people are addicted to it, but yeah, it could result to many bad things. So if you want to drink it, fine. Once a week, it's fine. I don't know. If you live healthy, then okay. Yeah.
Okay. If money is guaranteed for life, for you and your family and your generation after you, but the condition is you have to choose a job, what would it be?
Oh, politician?
Really?
Yes. I would. It sounds very crazy right now, but
You're the second one, I think, or third one. I had
really,
34, I had, no, about 40 guests,
mm,
and you're the second or third one
I would like to be a politician in our countries,
in the Middle
uh,
East or in
in the Middle
Germany.
East. Yes, in the
Okay.
Middle East. Um, of course, I don't know what is happening behind the curtains, and I'm not into this. So I'm like in my naive small world. I would like to be in the politics, to be in politics there to help. Um, but yeah, that would be cool because I like to talk. I like to do good things. So as you see, like in my naive world, I think that politicians always do good. So I like to um, yeah to raise economy and health and education of people. Yeah, it would make me happy.
Okay. Mr. Shadi in one word.
I really, it's a very hard question. I like to help.
Help.
Help. One
Okay.
word. Mm.
If you have your own heart in your hands, what would you advise it?
That's very good question. Uh, protect protect yourself. Uh, love yourself and and work to become that version you want to be, so that you can um, protect better yourself. Uh, since my childhood, there was some time where I was not protected in a specific period of time. Um, protection is for me a big protection of myself and of others is is a big thing.
What's the best moment in your life?
Oh, uh, I remember it very. I was a very shy person, so I was always shy in the school since there was a lot of mobbing and a lot of that stuff. So I was very shy. The first time I made a solo trip, I flew to Malaga in Spain. It was a very cheap flight, so I've chosen a very cheap flight and said, okay, if I cannot do it, if I'm there and I'm afraid and I don't know if I don't want to stay there, and I would just fly back. And I met there. There are no coincidences.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything is nasib, as we say. So it's written. So I was there in Malaga, and I was a very shy guy, and I met a guy there. His name was Dubai. I don't know if it's if it was his real name or not. And this guy was complete opposite of me. He was loud, open, talking. He was that type of person. I said, "Oh my God, I want to be like him." At that time, and it's very hard between men to talk about emotions and inner stuff and so on. But at one point, we were sitting on the beach, and I told him, Dubai, you know, I want to be like you. And he said, you know, I want to be like you. He said it also to me. He meant, for example, my career and education and so on. He said, I always wanted to go to university, and I always want to work in certain positions and so on, and get money and blah blah blah. And for me, it was his personality. So we said, okay, I help you, you help me. And I was 4 days in Malaga, but these 4 days changed my whole life. We went out. He said, okay, now go to this group and talk to them. And we practiced. We we talked a lot. And after that, um, after the trip, we never saw again. I don't know. He changed his number. I never found him. I googled him. Um, yeah, and so this was the best time of my life, let's say, the best 4 days of my life. They opened a new version of myself. Um, it was inside, it was somewhere here inside, but I was always mobbed, and I was not allowed to be loud at home. I was not allowed to be loud at school. I was not allowed to be myself at school because I was the weird guy. I was the guy with the uh, my bread was always not flat. It was like a wrap, the Arab bread, or uh,
Shawarma.
shawarma, yes, for example. So and filled with sometimes with eggs, and they were like, "Oh no, why you don't have normal bread like us?" And so I was always the weird guy, and so I just stayed calm and was shy. So that time changed my life. So Dubai, I don't know if you hear this, uh, contact me.
Any regrets?
No, it's very hard to think about any regrets. Everything happened for a reason, even if it was very hurting, even if I would like to say, if I would love to say regret it, um, because every person of us has things which were um, yeah, which you would maybe like to regret. Everyone has some mistakes here and there, but I would never have had any lessons out of that situation if I would not have that situation. So um, no,
The last question is, what makes you you?
a very hard question. um, I always I always do the extra mile in everything I do. Um, I always like to invest into things I do, into projects, um, social media, or I have an NGO in Uganda since 6 or 7 years. Um, we have there great employees. We have there a lot of, alhamdulillah, we help a lot of people. Um, it's already like becoming a bigger NGO. So, and we are becoming a team. It's not me alone, of course. And what makes me is to heal the inner child, those triggers, those wounds of my childhood, by helping other children and by helping other people which are more in need for help than me right now.
Beautiful. We're done.
Thank you.
I don't have something else to say, but if you want to say something, please go ahead. And if not, then we're done.
First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's an honor for me. The questions are very well chosen. I like the deepness of those questions. It's not some random questions. So um, I saw already some interesting you interviewed. So I will definitely check out the rest of your podcast. Um, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.